guys, and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another Slimming World update. So this is now Slimming World update week 3, and week 3 has been not the best, to be honest. This is sort of typical of me with Slimming World, to be honest. I always do really well in my first couple of weeks, and then I get to week 3 and I don't know what happens, but like I never seem to have a good loss. This week I've lost £0.5 pound, which I wasn't surprised by because I was just feeling really bloated and like sluggish and just not very nice. But I don't think it's deserved at the same time. Like, I was really good all week. I ate really well, I was still following the meal plan, I was still cooking from scratch. I think maybe where I could have gone wrong is that I wasn't maybe like weighing things properly. We have been doing our living room up this week, so the kitchen has had kind of the sofas and everything piled in there, and we've not had much room to kind of properly cook or properly prepare food, so I'm wondering if that might have something to do with it. But it's still really frustrating when I know I've stuck to plan and I know I've not gone over my sins on any day. This weekend, however, whole other story. On Friday, my mum had her 4th round of chemo, so I was at the hospital all day from literally 8 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't get home till like gone 6 at night, and I just wasn't prepared enough. I took snacks, so I took a couple of like hi-fi bars, and I took a couple of bananas, and I took a couple of, do you know those Fibre One brownies everyone's going on about, which are really nice, I should add, although tiny, disappointingly small. So I was prepared in terms of snacks, but I hadn't taken any kind of lunch with me, any proper breakfast, I hadn't taken anything like that. So it got to about 1 o'clock and I'd kind of worked my way through most of the snacks and I just was starving and I just didn't have anything. So I ended up going to Boots, getting a meal deal, which isn't great. You know, not the worst thing in the world I could have had, but not on plan, not great. Got home and me and Andrew had more painting to do in the living room, things to finish off in here, and it was just, I was so tired, and my mood was obviously understandably low from being at hospital all day having to see my mum go through the chemo, and I just couldn't be bothered. It's really bad, but I just had zero motivation, so we went to the chip shop. I know that's so bad. Week 3 and I've already caved and gone to the chip shop. So that wasn't great, but I kind of told myself, you know, you've had a tough day, have that today, dust it off, tomorrow's a new day, back on plan. But yesterday was Archer's first birthday, and if any of you follow Abby on Instagram or her blog or her YouTube, you know she goes all out for these things. So she had put on the most beautiful spread, like this monochrome party theme spread. If you follow me on Instagram you will have seen, and I just couldn't help myself. I had Maltesers, I had pita bread and hummus, which is like my favourite thing ever. I had a slice of pizza, like, it could have been worse. It definitely could have been worse. There was all kinds of like treats and Oreos and biscuits and cake. Like, I baked the cake as well for the party, which looked like crap but apparently tasted really good, but like I refrained from trying that, so it could have been worse, but it wasn't great either. So it's just been a bit of a disastrous weekend. Today I genuinely am back on it 100%. Dust myself off, it's a new week. I'm hoping, because weigh-in isn't till Friday, I can kind of do a bit of damage limitation and we'll be okay, but that's going to take a big hit, isn't it? Another thing which obviously could be affecting me but I'm not 100% sure is that this is my first cycle of Clomid, and this week I have really noticed the effects of being on the Clomid. I had some symptoms when I first started actually taking the tablets. You only take them for 5 days, so I had some symptoms then, which I will go into in my Clomid diary, which will be up at the end of the cycle. But this week I've really noticed the effects in terms of my mood has been horrendous, literally horrendous. Like, I shouldn't, like, it's not really funny, but like I've been horrible. It is a bit funny. Like, I got home the other night and Andrew was in the living room and he was like painting away, like singing along to his music, like just being a chirpy little guy. And I came in and his voice grated on me so much. I was literally sat there like seething, like so unjustifiably angry at his singing that I literally just got up, slammed the door and stormed out. Like, it's funny, but it's not funny because, like, what had the poor guy done other than try and work on the living room some more? Like, it was really bad, but I just can't, like, my mood is awful. And also, as I mentioned before, I'm a massive emotional eater. So if I'm feeling really emotional, my mood is all over the place, like, that makes me want to eat. So that has been a bit difficult to manage. I thought I had managed it on the whole, but maybe not as well as I would have thought, as I only lost £0.5 this week. Also, I've noticed that I've been feeling incredibly bloated. I did actually take a picture because I literally looked about 7 months pregnant. So if I'm brave enough, I will insert that picture around here somewhere. But I've been so bloated. I don't know. Please someone tell me in the comments if you know. If you feel bloated, are you likely to weigh more? Because I've just felt like you could literally pop my belly with a pin. It's been so bloated and uncomfortable. Literally, I feel like you could burst it. So I don't know whether that will have impacted. They do say you put on weight with Clomid, but I don't know if that's it just makes you put on weight, or whether it makes you hungry, therefore you eat more. In which case, hopefully being on Slimming World, I can manage that and I can manage that hunger. But if it just makes you put on weight for the sake of making you put on weight, there's not a whole lot I can do about that. So I don't know. I think I need to look at the bigger picture. Like, I've lost £10 in 3 weeks. That's amazing. If I'd lost £3.5 of each of them 3 weeks, I would be over the moon with that. So I need to stop letting this £0.5 loss, which is still a loss, I need to stop letting that have such a big impact on me. I feel like I got on the scales and I'd gained £3, like I took it that hard. And I shouldn't, because it's a loss, but I just took it quite badly, and therefore I'm so bad for having a bad week or having a bad day and then thinking like, well, I've messed this up, so I'll just mess it up forever. And that's how I stopped doing Slimming World all the time. So that's why I've done it so many times, because I get to a point where I'm like, well, I've been really bad, so there's no point, and then I stopped doing it for ages. So I need to not do that. Today I am back on it 100%. Tomorrow we'll do the food shop as normal. I'll buy the meals for the week and I will stick to those meals. I need to just improve my mood and improve my eating habits and focus. That is what I need to do. If you have any tips for kind of managing weight loss and Slimming World specifically whilst being so hormonal, like, please let me know how to do that, because I'm really struggling with that. The emotional eater within me, who is struggling with these hormones, is finding it a bit tough. So if you've got any tips, please do let me know. That's about it for this week, to be honest. It's just been a bit of a crappy one. But I'm going to get back on it. Next week I hope I can be able to tell you a much better loss. Let me know how you guys have done this week. Give me some inspiration. If you've got any nice veggie recipes, please let me know. Send me a link. Follow me on Instagram, I'd love to follow you back, and we can hopefully support each other in what is a difficult journey. Weight loss. It's a bitch, isn't it? Yeah, so I think that's probably it for this week, guys. I am thinking of filming maybe like a Slimming World Essentials video, where I just kind of show you all the things I couldn't live without when I'm doing Slimming World, like things I use my sins on, kind of things that add flavour but low sin or sin free. Let me know what you think about that idea, and hopefully I will see you next week on time for a much more positive, enthusiastic update.